Yo, what up, guys? This is Returing Cat. You're on the Real News Talk channel. You know what the fuck to do. So this just came to my attention that Mercedes Mone claims she will retire sooner than later. What does this mean? Could the pressure be catching up to her? After all, she did win 14 titles. So maybe the plan was for her to win as many titles as she can. And then when she starts losing them one by one, until she loses them all, then that's when she'll call it a day. I think that's the plan for Mercedes Mone. That's her mission, to win as many titles as she can. And when she starts losing one, and then she starts losing another, all the way till she has one title left, then she'll eventually retire after she loses the last belt. And I know a lot of Mercedes Mone critics and haters are going to be happy. And some of them, they won't be happy, but they won't send her any farewell wishes or anything like that. They'll just remain silent, which would be the better option anyway, because to prey on somebody's downfall is not good at all, because it can always come back to you. So if you're not a Mercedes Mone fan and you choose to remain silent when her retirement date comes, whenever that is, then more power to you. You know, people will respect you a lot more if you're just neutral about the whole thing. But hey, everybody's different, man. People are going to feel how they want to feel regardless. So it is what it is. It's not really a big deal. You can't change people's mind on how they feel about a specific person. You understand? So yeah, Mercedes Mone, she could be on the verge of retiring very soon. And she's only, 33 years old. So she may want to do other things, maybe get into acting or something like that. So she has other goals too. And that could happen when she turns 35. That's what I predict anyway. She might retire within the next couple of years. But right now, she's just having fun on the indies. And I believe her career will end in AEW. For sure. And then after her wrestling career ends in AEW, then she will venture to other things. Because I know she has so much things lined up that we don't know about. So yeah, Mercedes Mone, she's had a pretty good career so far. She's a multi-time champion. And yeah, she's killing it right now in AEW as well as on the indies too. And she looks a lot more healthier and happier than ever before compared to when she was in the WWE, because despite her few accomplishments that she had in the WWE, she wasn't really happy deep down inside. She was miserable. I could tell she was miserable. But I think her best days in the company was on NXT. She preferred being on NXT during her early days when she was hungry, when she was on the come up. And her best match that she had in the WWE, or probably her whole career, was against her best friend Bayley at NXT TakeOver back in 2015. That was a pretty solid match. Those two brought the best in each other. And she still holds that match highly to this day. You know, that's a classic match. And now fast forward 10 years later, Mercedes Mone is doing her thing. So, yeah, man. Let me get into the article. Mercedes Mone might still be sitting on 12 championships, but the clock could be ticking on her in-ring career. During a recent Instagram live session, the TBS champion was asked when she plans to hang up her boots. Without hesitation, Mone gave fans a short but telling response that has everyone talking. When am I going to retire from the ring? Sooner than later. That's right. One of the most decorated wrestlers in the game right now. who held an unheard of 13 titles in 2015 alone, thinks she will retire sooner than later when she loses all the belts that she currently has. Even after dropping the ROH TV title at Final Battle, Mone still holds 12 belts across various promotions, but this comment suggests she may not be holding on to them for long. Too much to handle. Too much to handle. What's even more wild, this comes just days after she was asked about John Cena's upcoming retirement and gave a cold one-word response. Thoughts on John Cena retiring tomorrow? Goodbye. That was blatantly her response. No tribute, no emotion, or sentimentality. Just a blank stare and a goodbye. A reaction that felt surprisingly cold to many fans. Whether it was shade or just signature Mone attitude. So she could have either been in character or just spewing out her real feelings. But that's besides the point. The silence spoke volumes, and now fans are connecting the dots as she hints at her own eventual exit from the ring. Well, nobody wants to wrestle forever. People want to look after their body, their health, and, do other things in life. You understand? Because there's more to life than just wrestling. People want to stay healthy nowadays. Because when you reach a certain age, you have to slow down. Because your body can only take so much. Your body's your temple. And you don't want to wreck your temple. Because once the temple's wrecked, the whole system shuts down. If Mone really is approaching retirement sooner than later, it marks the end of one of wrestling's most unique and dominant modern runs. But if we've learned anything from her, it's that she will go out on her terms and with gold still on her shoulder. Now, this is what Mercedes Mone responded to a fan about her potentially retiring. Here we go.
When am I going to retire from the ring? Sooner than later. When am I going to retire from the ring? Sooner than later.
One more time.
When am I going to retire from the ring? Sooner than later.
Well, you heard it from yourself. Well, you heard it for yourself. Sooner than later. If she's really retiring, of course. Or she could be sarcastic about it in relation to the whole John Cena retirement. But yeah, either way, Mercedes Mone has had a good career. She's done well for herself. And she's in a better place right now. Doing her thing currently. Killing it across the globe. Japan, Europe, Mexico, across the United States, you name it. She's really taking names and writing checks. And I'm a Mercedes Mone fan. I've always liked Mercedes Mone. Right from her early NXT days. And I'll be supporting her regardless. I know she has a lot of hate from fans, but at the end of the day, I'm one of her supporters. And I'm going to remain that way. Through and through. Everybody has a right to like or dislike a female wrestler or male wrestler. Whoever they like or dislike. Because that's what makes the human race unique. Because if you all like the same things, the world will be a boring place. So it's very interesting that we like different things opposed to each other. So, yeah. Mercedes Mone, the CEO, the boss. Continue ripping it. Continue doing your thing. And never stop till all the titles drop. Because sooner or later, you're going to leave a big mark on the company. You're going to leave a real big mark. And everybody's going to be talking about you once you decide to retire, whenever that will be. So yeah, that's all I got to say. This is the Retro Kid, Retronic Ass Cat on the Real News Talk channel. I got nothing more to say. Stay blessed. Keep it 100. Peace.